morning, guys. Bit of a rubbishy day, but well worth it for this pond. This is one of my favourite collections of fish that you'll probably see in the UK, really. This is a 4,000 gallon pond and there's 7 koi in it. That's it. All jumbo koi, all well over 85 cm. Now, the owner of this pond's been a customer of Quality Nishikigoi ever since we opened, really. Started buying a few little small fish to grow on, and now he buys probably normal timing, probably 1 fish a year when I go over to Japan in October, November, and he, no point in beating around the bush. The very expensive pieces that he does buy, so he likes to buy them once a year type thing. The good thing about this pond is that he never buys fish. He buys fish normally. The average fish that we put in here is about 75 cm when he gets here, and he grows them. There's very small, very little small fish in here now. There's just one where there's a shiratsuri, which is a smaller fish, which is one that he gets in for his dad. But the rest are just growing and growing and growing. I mean, the body shapes and everything, they're growing absolutely perfect. So now the pond itself is run on a Profi drum, Combi 30, via a bottom drain. And then he's got the Bakki Shower with Bakki House media, and he's got a Clarity unit as well. Water's lovely and the fish are doing really well. But yeah, I mean, we'll have a look at some of the fish. I don't want to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to net one up just to show you a little bit of a scale size. But these fish very rarely get caught. The owner is great on the microscope. He's great at treatments. He looks after this pond better than anybody else I know. So it really is a stunning pond. Now he feeds different types of food, mainly with these big fish. See, the sinking food is always very good, because big fish don't feed like the smaller fish. They're not ravenous or anything like that, so they need to be chilled out, take the time, and they just like to cruise more than anything. They don't want to be coming up and fighting for food or anything like that. But yeah, sorry about going on a little bit. Let's have a look at the fish. That Kohaku there with the red nose, she's 90 centimetres. Beautiful Shintro shower there. Beautiful Sandan Kohaku. Great story about this one. We bought this from a breeder, I think it's about 3 years ago now, and he wanted to use her as a parent, but she didn't work out as a parent. But when we got her, she was extremely slim, really thin. Now, we discussed it before we bought her. We discussed what the plan was going to be with her, and that's when we introduced the fish really to sinking food. Now, she came in an October, probably like end of November shipment. She came down to the pond probably just after Christmas, mid-January, something like that. And then the customer started whacking them with sinking food, and within 4 months her body had come up, and now it's absolutely huge. We'll turn the air off in a second and have a look. Now this is the big girl. She's over 90, one of the nicest Kohakus I know of. Beautiful flowery pattern. Like I said, we'll turn the air off in a minute, but let's just go through a few of the pond. Let me just come back a little bit so you can see. How nice is that, guys? So you've got the Clarity there, and you've got the Bakki Shower. This is that Kohaku again. Let's see if we can get her in there. Look at her. So all these fish have been grown roughly from around about 70 to 75 cm. Filter. This is a Profi Combi Bio 30. Now it's coming in, that's the 4-inch. That valve there is the 4-inch. This valve is the 4-inch coming in. Then if you have a look there, that going outside is a purge line. So what they can do is they can turn that valve off and then just purge straight out, so the waste from the bottom there. Now the skimmer is pumped from the skimmer coming into that smaller valve there, and it's pumped into the drum. There's an algum UV inside the drum, which you can see, and then you've got the air pump, and then it's got the media. Now the media is fine for this amount of fish, so you know it's running really well, and I think it's been running now. We fitted this probably about what, four months ago now. Yeah, about 4 months it's been running. It goes through the electro heater there, and it's also got one of the bio UVs there as well. So that's the filtration. He's got the Vary pump on there, and he's got some other pumps as well. So he's got all the switch boxes, the air pumps. Looks absolutely great. So there's the pond through there. The system before this was a bead. What was the name of that bead? An ultra bead with a sieve before this, and it just wouldn't do the job. So this is with the, if you see the levels in there was no way we could fit anything else, because we don't want to start jackhammering the floor out in the garage, to be honest with you. So this was the best option we had, which is a great option as well. So as you can see, so now let's have a bit of a peek at the fish. The rain started, but we certainly won't let that put us off. Let's have a look at these monsters. Got the air off now as well. Amazing. This koi was measured in March and she was 87. Monster of a fish. This is an amazing Shintaro show, which come up to just over 5 years old now, and now she's 80 cm at last measure, which was a couple of months ago. How big was she when you put in? At 65 when she put in. What a koi. Absolutely stunning. This is one for Mark Gardner. This was one of his favourite koi at the Shintro harvest that we did. She's looking stunning. So the Shintro Kohaku went in at what? And now she's 78. So she grew 14 centimetres. This is the Shintro Kohaku. She went in at 64 cm and she grew 14 centimetres in this pond in 6 months. But she's now 78 to 80 at the last measurement. But she's a beautiful koi. Still nowhere near developed. Stunning collection of fish, absolutely beautiful. There's an Issa shower down there as well, which is there. Yeah, but what a treat. So there it is, guys, 4,000 gallon pond, 7 fish, all growing amazingly. Now I think the secret to the growth on these fish is TLC. They get a lot of it. I mean, they really are very well looked after fish. Only the best for these fish, really. I mean, you know, the food wise and you name it, you know, they get looked after very, very well. And it's good when, like the owner, you can with your fish keeping skills, where you can do the scrapes now and stuff like that. I mean when he comes in the shop, he helps us out doing scrapes now and everything like that. So, you know, and that's how you learn it, and you know, and that's how you can keep fish at this level, at this quality. Some of the best koi in the country at this sort of, like, you know, at this level is just amazing. And one of the always things that, like, I always speak to when I go to Japan, I always enjoy having a chat with Izumir, who breeds some massive Yamabuki ogons and huge fish. And you know what he says, and a lot of the judging in Japan as well, it's people say, you know, you'll go to a Japanese show and someone will say, why is that even in the rankings, you know, and then you think to yourself, hang on a minute. And like what Izumir always told me, he said, you appreciate trying to get a fish to this size. It's one of the hardest things to do in the koi industry, in the koi keeping game. It's so difficult to grow a fish to this size, especially when you're not bringing them in at the size that they are now when you're growing them. You know, not many fish out of a spawning will get to this sort of size. And to get them to this size in a pond in the UK without going in the mud ponds, these never go, you know, they always come home, these fish. They never stay in Japan, they always come home. And this is the growth that he gets with them, which is just amazing. So you've got to appreciate the size of these fish and what it's took to get there. And that's the biggest thing when you're looking at fish like this. And the quality of them. I mean, most of the fish in here are still very young, considering the size. I don't think there's a fish in here over 8 years old. So, you know, they're coming on really well. So there's a lot to do yet. Good tatigoi. So, but anyway, enjoy the video, guys. Bit of a different one this time. So enjoy it and watch it a few times, because you'll never see these kind of fish in your average place. You know, you just will never see quality like this. So enjoy it, guys. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Cheers.